Good afternoon, KELOLAND. We've had a couple of showers, thunderstorms in the southwestern, west central Minnesota. These continue to move to the east, maybe some heavy rainfall in and near Marshall. As we get into the afternoon, we'll have sunshine. We already have sunshine many locations, and temperatures have warmed to the 70s and middle 80s, 85 in Rapid City, 88 currently in winter. So our forecast for today showing temperatures in the 80s to near 90 degrees. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up as we begin midday in KELOLAND.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
A Sioux Falls business receives attention after a donation to patients at a VA hospital. Plus,
the Democratic National Convention wraps up tonight with the main event, Vice President Kamala Harris accepting her party's nomination. I'm Caroline Cummings with the details on what she's planning to focus on in her speech.
Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. A teenage boy has died from a gunshot that Sioux Falls police are calling accidental but not self-inflicted. On Thursday, the Sioux Falls Police Department said there were 2 arrests made from a shooting at 2:30 Tuesday morning. Police say they can't reveal what charges the juvenile boy was facing, but 33-year-old Savannah Lee Randall was arrested and faces charges of child abuse, accessory to manslaughter, and false reporting. Stay up to date on this developing story with us on KELOLAND.com and later today on the air. The Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a man accused of sex crimes involving a child. 47-year-old Orangey Johnson is wanted on rape, sexual contact with a child, and abuse or cruelty to a minor. According to court papers, the victim was 12 years old at the time of the alleged crimes, and the 2 parties knew each other. A 64-year-old man died on Wednesday in a 2-vehicle crash near Pequanna. According to the Department of Public Safety, a driver of a Ford Mustang crashed in the rear end of a Ford F-150, causing the driver of the truck to lose control. The truck entered the ditch where it rolled, throwing the driver. The driver of the Mustang also lost control and entered the ditch. The driver of the truck died of his injuries at a nearby hospital. The driver of the Mustang was uninjured. Today, the South Dakota National Guard, Ellsworth Air Force Base, and other local agencies will respond to a search and rescue training scenario in Meade County. Several helicopters and emergency vehicles will be active near the Sturgis area. Well, as we look ahead to the coming days, we could see some notable heat and humidity, right, Scott?
Oh, that's coming in for this weekend. We'll have our temperatures upper 80s, maybe the middle 90s for some of us, but it's the dew point temperature that we'll have to watch. Some of the computer models suggesting we may have a couple of those dew point temperatures approach 80 degrees. That's very humid air, folks, and that will result in that heat index to the triple digits by the time we do get into Sunday. In Watertown, we have a temperature of 75 degrees with that wind coming in from the south. A wind gust of 30 miles per hour. Dew point temperature currently at 63. And here's Falls Park. We have sunshine, temperature at 75. That strong south wind with a wind gust approaching 30 miles per hour. And we do have a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms in Minnesota. These are moving to the east. You see Marshall just finishing with a shower and thunderstorm moving through that area. Some periods of heavy rainfall associated with it, as we are looking at a decrease in cloud cover across Minnesota for the afternoon, and that will help temperatures warm to the 80s. We're looking at numbers right now that are in the 70s and 80s. We have 85 in Rapid City, 80 in Pine Ridge. Currently 77 in Huron and Pierre, 75, as I mentioned before, in Sioux Falls, and that 63 rain-cooled air in Marshall. Strong south winds across eastern KELOLAND, 15 to 25 miles per hour, with wind gusts near 30, and I think we will continue with these strong winds through much of the afternoon. Temperatures for today, we are looking at afternoon highs in the 80s and 90s. 90s across western South Dakota. We'll see our numbers in the 80s across the east. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The Siouxland woodturners are turning some heads with beautiful handcrafted M16 pens that they gift to patients in the VA hospital.
Many of the veterans in the hospital, might be the only present they get and the only visit they get on Christmas Day. Some of them don't have any family, so we're their family.
They also build wig stands, bowls, and platters to donate to. They're looking for members to join their club. Siouxland Woodturners is tonight's Eye on KELOLAND at 10 Central Time. The Democratic National Convention wraps up tonight with the main event. current Vice President Kamala Harris accepting her party's presidential nomination. Last night, her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, introduced himself to the nation as he accepted his nomination. Carolyn Cummings has more from the Convention Center in Chicago.
Anticipation is building at the Democratic National Convention as Vice President Kamala Harris gets ready to accept her party's nomination for president.
This is day 4. That's the day when you're so tired and yet you don't want it to end.
Her campaign says Harris will focus on 3 objectives tonight: her record, setting apart her agenda from former President Donald Trump's, and her optimistic vision for the country.
She's going to tell the story of the Kamala Harris that I know in those rooms, someone who sees people, who has a compassion and a care for the plight of the American people.
The stakes are high as Harris hopes to capitalize on the enthusiasm and energy building here in the convention hall over the last 3 nights.
Kamala Harris is ready.
Last night, her VP pick, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, leaned into his past as a former high school football coach as he accepted his party's nomination.
Our job for everyone watching is to get in the trenches and do the blocking and tackling.
Walz touted his progressive wins as governor during the past 6 years, enacting paid family and medical leave and free breakfast and lunch at school.
So while other states were banning books from their schools, we were banishing hunger from ours.
His speech capped the night that included elder statesmen of the party as well as rising stars, plus a surprise appearance by Oprah Winfrey.
Let's all choose Kamala Harris!
Now, after all of that buildup, it's up to Harris to make the case herself. Caroline Cummings, CBS News, Chicago.
The Harris campaign says after the convention, she and Governor Walz will return to campaigning in the battleground states. Former President Donald Trump and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance are focusing on immigration on the campaign trail today. Trump will visit the border in Arizona, while Vance hosts an event in Georgia. At a rally on Wednesday in North Carolina, Trump used the occasion to talk about the pointed criticism that former President and First Lady Barack and Michelle Obama aimed at him at the DNC.
He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. You know, they always say, sure, please stick to policy, don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people. Do I still have to stick to policy?
In another possible campaign development, sources tell CBS News independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is considering ending his campaign for president as soon as tomorrow and is moving closer to endorsing Trump.